Fancy seeing you here. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how I've been able to stay lean for so long. I'm going to be going over the 7 rules I live by to look like this all the time, not just 1 month a year, still enjoy myself living in Dubai, eating all of the good foods I like, and today I'm going to explain it all to you. Now, first of all, getting lean and staying lean isn't about extreme diets or living in the gym. It's actually quite the opposite. It's about building good, sustainable habits, still enjoying things like this, and finding a training plan that works for you. But it wasn't always this way. Have a look at this. Okay, so it's not always been this way. As you can see, we started somewhere around here. This is Skinny Max, where I was about 70 kilos. I'm gonna put a picture up on the screen as well. Skinny Max, carb cycling when he was 18, no idea. Then we had Middle Max. We pushed up to 104 kg. And now we have Current Max. As you can see, he doesn't have as much hair. He also has had his breasts done. These are supposed to be pecs. This is Current Max. We are somewhere around here, kg. I've been very, very skinny. I've done the terrible super bulks, and now I've found my middle ground, okay? And today I'm going to talk to you about how to get to here without having your breasts done. Now, if you're a naturally very skinny guy or girl, this video probably isn't for you. You can eat whatever you want, you're always going to be lean. Lucky you. However, if you've taken a super bulk too far like I did and put on a lot of body fat, this video is for you. But it's very important to note that to build muscle and be the finished product, which is what I'm pretending I am, awkward silence, which is muscular and lean, I had to go through a bulking phase. But it's very important that you do not let this happen, okay? You have to go through, guys, I haven't even started my 7 rules yet. We've gone off topic, okay? You obviously need to have gaining phases to build muscle, but getting fat is not the way to do it. We need to have a lean gaining phase if you're going to build muscle, and eventually you're going to get to this guy. But I didn't have to push up to 104. I didn't have to put olive oil in my shakes and eat Sam's chicken 4 times a week. I didn't have to put peanut butter from the spoon in my mouth. I could have just been in a steady surplus, because remember, the more fat you put on, the more fat that has to come off. The more fat that has to come off, the more muscle you'll lose along the way. So you're better off lean bulking up than just perma bulking to this guy here. All right, let's start with the 7 rules. Rule number 1 is I always train to build muscle, and you should always train to build muscle. Anytime you're in the gym, whether you're male or female, bulking, cutting, perma bulking, whatever you're doing, you're always aiming to build muscle. Because even when your calories aren't very high, as long as you're training to build muscle and progressing your lifts over time, you will build muscle, and then you will eventually lose body fat at the same time. If you're 90 kilos right now, you sit at maintenance calories and go and train hard for 8 months and build muscle, you will be a leaner and more muscular 90 kilos. You would have recomped. So it's very important, if you want to be lean year round and well muscled, you should always be training to build muscle and build strength, regardless of calories. Fat loss calories, maintenance calories, bulking calories. But of course, if you want to build muscle, if you're not currently happy with where you're at some point you will have to push those calories up. And that takes me back to my last point, which is a small surplus is plenty. A big fat surplus isn't needed, okay? Small surplus, pull back every now and then. Small surplus, pull back every now and then. And that's going to allow you to put on muscle at a nice steady rate and stay lean. As I said before, the fatter you get, the more that has to come off. So for me now, I'm happy with this look. So my calories are around maintenance calories, but I still train like I'm trying to get as big as possible, because that is how you maintain this look. Right, rule number 2, very important one that I live by to stay looking like this, is I prioritize protein in every meal. If you wake up in the morning and have cornflakes and then don't eat until 4 p.m, it's never gonna happen for you. I prioritize protein in every meal. It's always around. I've got a ribeye steak cooked from yesterday. I've got eggs, I've got tuna, I've got shakes. I've always got protein on tap, and it's something that I prioritize big time. It helps with my appetite, it helps with building muscle, and it helps with keeping muscle. Now, I skip breakfast every day, okay? So I'm having 4 meals a day, which is lunch, snack, dinner, snack, around 50 grams of protein per meal. Why? Because I have around 200 grams of protein a day. That doesn't mean you need to have 200 grams of protein. But when the goal is staying lean, we need to have calorie control. Unfortunately, it is a game of calories, whether you're, whatever camp you're in, you eat too many calories, you do not get lean. Okay, we need calorie control and we need to have protein control. So protein for me is consistent. Your number is going to be your number, my number is my number. By skipping breakfast, it allows me to keep my overall calories down, but then I'm able to keep my muscle and still progress in my training because I prioritize this stuff. And obviously fish, chicken, everything in between, you need to prioritize this. If you're having meals and where you've just having carbohydrates or sandwiches and crap like that, and you're going 7, 8, 9 hours in between hits of protein and you're massively under eating in a day, you will not build muscle. And if you're losing body fat, you'll tend to lose muscle as well. So rule number 2 that I cannot live without is I need to prioritize my protein, and so do you. Whilst we're here, rule of thumb, 2.2 grams per kg of body weight, 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you're extremely overweight and you're 300 pounds and you want to be 200 pounds, work off of 200 pounds. Don't work off of 300 pounds. If you're really overweight, work off your goal weight, not your current weight. Rule number 3, the most important rule of them all, is I prioritize sleep. If you're going out twice a week and getting wasted, going to bed at 4 a.m, getting kebab in the morning, your sleep sucks, you're not going to be able to maintain a lean look. Maybe when you're 18 years old and you can eat whatever you want, but as you get a bit older, your body just falls apart. Prioritize your sleep. It helps with your recovery. It helps with muscle building. It helps with just unfucking your whole life, okay? So 7 to 8 hours. When you're asleep, guys, you can't eat. We all know it. If you wake up at 6 a.m, for work or for school, whatever you're doing, and you're going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's a very long time to be awake, okay? It's a lot of time to be eating. How many of us blow it from a diet perspective from, 8 p.m. onwards to midnight? You want to be asleep during that time. I cannot express this one enough. Whilst we're here in my bed as well, some sort of sleep tracker is important. I track my sleep. I know if I eat too late, it affects my sleep. If I train too late, it affects my sleep. I know from months of tracking data that kind of 10 till 6 for me, my sleep score is kind of 80%, and I feel so much better. I work so much better. I have better mental clarity. I train better. Guys, when I was in my 20s growing up, I trained harder than I train now. I trained so hard. I did everything right. I drank shakes. I trained hard. I also got hammered twice a week. Didn't really stick to anything on weekends, and I looked the same for months and years and years and years. Sleep is a big one. Okay, now guys, that leads me to rule number 4, which is cardio. Now, this is something I massively struggled with for years, and it was only until I did a men's physique show that I realized the importance of cardio. I was the classic, just eat loads of food when you're trying to bulk, cut out carbohydrates when you're trying to get lean guy for many, many years. But the last kind of 5 or 6 years, I've maintained in a relatively good body composition, okay? Cardio is a huge part of my life. I have integrated it in whether I like it or not. I don't always want to do it, but what's important and what I want to get across in this video is we're all busy, nobody can really be asked, and nobody really loves it other than the odd weirdos that do CrossFit twice a day and stuff. Nobody really, really loves it. I'm a very busy guy. I have a coaching business, whatever, I'm busy. Dubai, where I live, is extremely hot. Half the year it's 40 degrees plus. So, first thing in the morning, I'll wake up and there is a Starbucks about 25 minutes away. I will power walk to Starbucks, get my coffee, and I will power walk back. That for me, it's 50 minutes of walking, but it's also 50 minutes of fast walking. You can call that cardio if you will. I'll always finish my workout with around 10 to 15 minutes of cardio. And then I fit different cardio sessions in across the week, okay? As I've gotten a little bit older, I don't train with weights as much, and I have more conditioning and cardio sessions throughout the week. For example, on Wednesday, I play football with my friends. That is 60 minutes of sprinting around on some grass. It is cardio, okay? On a Saturday, I'll do a 30-minute conditioning row with a couple of workout savages that love to row, okay? I do not really enjoy it either. When I am rowing and I can't breathe, do you think I'm sat there thinking, God, I just love rowing so much? I hate it, just like you hate it. But it's very, very important to stay conditioned. Think of it this way. If my body's maintenance was 2,500 calories, I would rather burn an extra 500 calories and then eat 3,000 than just eat the 2,500. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather put more food through my system and burn it off. So cardio for me, when I started implementing it, which is about 20 to 30 minutes a day, my physique completely changed. I would recommend you find a way to fit it into your routine too. Well, hello there. That leads me into rule number 5. Again, it's boring and we all knew I was going to say it, but steps. As you can see, I'm walking extremely fast here on a walking mat. Like I just said before, I don't know if you can see out there, it's extremely hot. God, show them the view. Sort that camera out. It's extremely hot out there, okay? I don't want to go out and walk all day. I'm already showering twice a day. I don't want to shower 4 times a day. So if I do not hit my steps, I will walk in the evening. I have a TV here. I have this which goes up to a speed of 6. It cost me about, I don't know, £200 or whatever. It is the best thing I've ever bought. It folds, goes under your desk. Yeah, but Max, I'm in an office. Put this in your office. Yeah, but Max, I've got kids. Put it at home. It doesn't matter. Prioritize your cardio, prioritize your steps, and it will allow you to eat more food. If you can eat more food and have high output, you're going to be a happier, leaner you. Whilst we're here, everyone always says how many. It's the golden 10K. Go to do 10,000 steps. Whatever you're doing now, go to your phone, go to the health app, click on steps. At the top, it will say day, week, month, 6 months, and year. Have a look at what you've been doing over the last 6 months, over the last year, not what you did on Saturday night at a rave, okay? Have a look at that number. If over the last 6 months, it's 4,000 steps a day, try and walk 6,000 steps, bump it up by 2,000. Don't think you can go from 4,000 to 15,000 every single day. I walk between 8 and 10,000 steps a day, okay? Very straightforward. It's a non-negotiable for me. I'm on this thing every night before bed, unfortunately, but it's important to me. Rule number 6. Ouch. Oh, pain. Rule number 6. Very important one. I cheat on my diet a lot. What, Max, how can you do a YouTube fitness? Yes. I eat the foods I enjoy multiple times a week. Another reason why my steps, my cardio, my training is so important. Just before I filmed this video, Fulfill Bar, Skittles, C4, as you just saw, because I needed to get hyped up for this video. This for me, it doesn't matter because my output is so high and I track my calories, I can fit this stuff in. If I had to eat egg whites in the morning, chicken and steamed greens for lunch, salmon and vegetables in the evening, and then egg whites again before bed, I would probably fall off my plan pretty quickly. I have dinner out 2 or 3 times a week. If I want some sweets, I'll have some sweets. Because I have a calorie ceiling, I know my maintenance calories. You should know yours. My maintenance calories are here, my bulking calories are here, my dieting calories are here. Because I'm very comfortable sitting always around that maintenance, I know that I can fit this stuff in because it's not a cheat if it fits within my daily calories. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't sit there and have an 1,800 calorie pizza, to hit my calories. The majority of my food is very, very clean. I'm quite health conscious. But if I want something and I'm craving it, I'll have it. I've had this now. It's only 400 calories. It easily fits into my day. I skipped breakfast this morning, so I had the calories to play with anyway. And I can live a pretty happy, comfortable life. I'll probably go for dinner tomorrow night and have some sushi. It's so important to have an understanding of your calorie intake and not just ballpark it and guess it, because then you can fit these things in. When you're able to eat foods like this and you're able to go out for dinner a couple of times a week and maybe fit in some alcohol, it makes the journey so much more enjoyable. That should be rule number 1, really. All right, rule number 7. I love my training, okay? I couldn't have done this for the last 12, 13 years straight if I didn't enjoy my training. And I didn't always enjoy my training. I've gone through bodybuilding splits, I've gone through powerlifting splits, I tried CrossFit, I've done a bit of everything. But eventually I've kind of found my way. I don't like train, I'm 30 now, I can't train 6 days a week. I train with weights 4 times a week, okay? I do cardio on my off days, okay? If I need a rest day, I'll take it. If I want to train upper body, I'll train upper body. If I want to lift heavy, I'll lift heavy. I've found different ways to keep myself interested. But if you're somebody that thinks, God, I want to get in shape, but I absolutely hate the gym's not for me, how are you going to do this for the next 20 years and be in shape forever? Why don't you join a CrossFit gym where you're still going to build muscle, lose fat? Why don't you try some other style of lifting, maybe some classes if you're a female? I will say though, if you want to build muscle, guys, you have to progress your lifts over time. So don't think you can do a Hyrox class where you're rowing and pushing a sled and just look like you've got a lot of muscle. You've got to find a training routine that works for you, fit it into your week. I like doing conditioning with friends. I like training with friends. I know my workout routine, okay? Because I love my training, it does not get skipped. It is the best part of my week. So for me, it doesn't take willpower. I don't have to wake up on a Monday morning and think, oh, I've got to train today. I wake up on a Monday and I think, great, I can't wait to hit my session, work with my clients, because I've built a life and a routine that I love. But it wasn't always like that. So find a routine you love and you'll be able to stick to it. And when you get bored and you start to slack off, change it. Very straightforward. If you don't love what you do, you're probably not going to do it. All right, guys, and that concludes this video. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two. Those are my 7 rules I live by to be in shape all the time. Everyone always asks me, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? That's how I do it. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, give me some abuse in the comments. I'm getting quite fond of them. I'm getting so many, and I'll keep pumping these videos out.